Hey y'all. The other day I did a message and the title was Trust God in Your Situation. If you hadn't watched that message, go back and watch it. I want to tell the ones that liked that message, even the ones that didn't like it, I want to tell you that God responded. He responded, y'all. I asked on that message, was anybody in that boat with me when you just feel like you losing hope in the situation? And I went to the scripture and I said that it was talking about when the demon possessed boy and the father asked God, he said, I do believe, but help me with my unbelief. Well, guess what, y'all? God responded. Yesterday I was listening to the minister and his title was Where is Your Faith? And I talked about that in that message. Like, I got faith over there, I got faith in this situation, in that situation, but I was like, why am I struggling in this situation with that faith? Well, let me tell you something. He said that, where did you leave it at? And after I listened to that message, even on today, I was just thinking about it. And he was saying that, where did you leave your faith at? You had faith in that situation, in that situation, in other situation. But where did you leave it at? And I was just like, God is saying that, yes, he know we have faith. But maybe in that last situation, you left it over there. So I'm going to tell you, like I had to tell myself, go back to that last situation where you stood in faith and you trusted God and God made a way for you. As a matter of fact, go back to that other situation where you trusted God and you stood on faith and God made a way for you. Go back and get that faith that you had in that other situation, in that situation before that. And I had to tell myself that, like, where did I leave it? Because God was really telling me, like, you got it, but where did you leave it at? So I need to tell somebody, go back to that last situation. Use that. Let God show you that, hey, you had strength to stand in that last situation. And you stood 10 toes down. And you believe and you had faith in God that he was going to do it for you. And he did it. Where did you leave it at? Oh, y'all, when I say God responded. And let me tell y'all something. I cried for me. I cried for y'all. Because I'm telling you, I had just did that message. I can't remember if I did it Thursday or Friday. But God sent a response right back that Saturday and said, where is your faith? In other words, God is saying, I know you believe in me. I know you trust me. But where is your faith at? And y'all, when I was doing that message the other night, and I said that God said to trust him, y'all, when I was saying it, I just felt a sense of peace come over me. Like, I literally felt a sense of peace. And I want to tell somebody that you going to find a sense of peace in this situation, whatever it might be. But God said, go back. Go back to that last situation and get it. Get your faith from there. Let God show you what he did for you in that last situation. Y'all, I'm telling y'all. I was like, let me come back and tell them that, hey, God said, where is your faith? In other words, God saying, like, I know you have faith for me because you trusted me in that other situation. In that situation over there, you trusted me. What happened? I wanted to tag I wish I could tag everybody that liked that message, because when I said was anybody in that boat with me, I was not expecting the response that I received. But I was like, wow, like, okay, well, I'm not the only one in that boat. But I wish I could tag everybody that liked that video, and I pray that they come across this video, because God has responded, and he told me when I ended that video to just trust him. Ain't you glad that God will come and speak to you in your situation? He will encourage you. And that's how I received it. I received it as God was just encouraging me, like, you got the strength to stand still, to wait on me. You done did it before. Do it again. You trusted me the last time. Trust me this time. Stand in your faith, because you got it. And somebody needs to hear that. You show God that you believe him. So I really hope this come across the very people that said in that last message, I'm in that boat with you. Because y'all, God said, go back and get it. Go back to that last situation that you stood faith, that you stood 10 toes down in your faith. Because guess what, y'all? I told y'all in that video, God said, I'm going to give you strength in it. I'm going to help you. And he showed us that when he bought that message on Saturday night, he was showing me that I'm there. I'm listening. I know what you're going through. I know where you're struggling. Y'all, when I say I must have cried, and I cried, not just because God responded, but because God knows what we're going through. He hears our cries. He hears what we say. That's why we always say that talk to him. Tell him how you feel, because he knows and he hear you. Don't never think he don't hear you, because he do. It's been so many times I have got on here and did messages, and God will respond immediately. Y'all, trust him. Go back and get that faith. Go back to that last situation. Trust God in your situation. Stand 10 toes down on that faith. Bye, y'all.